Hey, it's ETH here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on a higher time frame, we've had these two different scenarios. Overall, this is still the same for both, in which we have a wave 1 of cycle, wave 2 down here. This correction took the price down around 94%, so it makes sense that this is indeed a wave 1 and 2. Then we have another scenario, or one of the scenarios, saying that we have topped wave 1 of primary here and now looking for wave 2. At this moment we have come down around 81% in the price, which would indicate more towards the wave 2 rather than this other scenario in which we are indeed looking for that wave 4. Now on logarithmic scale we have now reached the 0.382 retracement of this third move generally, but again on arithmetic we have retraced it so much that it does not really feel like wave 4 anymore. Now it has not invalidated the count itself, where we have 1, 2, 3. Invalidation is around the $363 area for the wave 4 to get overlap for the wave 1. So that is still in play and it is still quite far away. From current prices we would have to get another 70% drop down before that would be invalidated. The main difference here between these two is, are we going to be looking to take a correction starting from these highs around 12th of May and having some kind of three-way pullback like so, or are we going to have the primary one completing up here around the November 2021 area and then having a three-way structure coming down like so? We'll see what happens. Of course, it is possible that if we can have an ABC structure of this sort. We can have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 as well, and then this would be only an A wave unless it is part of this structure as the C wave. But yeah, let's get through the options here. This one again is saying that we had that ABC, and within that wave C we would have to label it something like this. Let's get to the 4 hours. In this one again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, a lot of overlapping structures. I feel like we could be saying that we have a 1, 2, something like this, but again, wave 2 would at that point get so much time used compared to the wave 1 that it's not that likely. But again, none of this is really likely, as this really ugly looking structure. We would have this massive truncation on the 5th of this minuet for the 3rd, which is definitely not likely. The wave 4 would take a lot of time as well, and have very little correction or correlation between the wave 2 and wave 4. Then this wave 5 is this massive structure compared to this similar size almost of the wave 1 through 3. The other scenario is, we need to look at this on arithmetic scale, is this where we have a 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 and 5. At this point, this is a contracting pattern. We did not take out the one-to-one extension of the first leg in arithmetic scale, so in price terms. In logarithmic scale, we did take it by a mile. So in that case, if we would be following on the logarithmic scale, we would say that this is going to be a expanding diagonal. Other scenarios, what just happened? Okay, I don't know. But other scenario is a WXY, something like this, in which we're focusing on this structure over here, as we don't know again which part of these are going to be the one that is actually the right count. To me, I prefer the wave 1 being here complete and then looking for the wave 2, as that is what seems to be happening on most of the other cryptos. So inside this last leg of Y, or just the wave WXY, if we have the wave 1 up here completed, we have this as a ABC into WX and then this very large wave Y. ABC into X, and then possible ABC into W, 3 waves again into X, and now we would have completed possibly this wave A, or we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, one more leg to come down for the A wave, and then we look for wave B and then C to complete this one, complete the wave Y of minor, to complete this wave Y of minor. The other scenario here is that we have an ABC instead. We have the same issue here on the first leg if we are looking to play this as a 5-way structure that we had on the impulse wave count or the C-wave structure. I guess it would be possible to fit it here as a 5-way structure, but again it is going to be difficult. However, if we are going to be labeling that and basically forcing the count there, we can look this as an ABC, ABC into B, and then a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, yeah, that was substructure, 3, 4, and this structure would be 5. So in this case, this structure would suggest that whenever this last structure here is finished, then we have the whole complete count. And that's that. We do get to the 1-to-1 extension here on the arithmetic scale very perfectly of this higher time frame A, B and C, or the higher time frame W, X, Y, if you choose to play that. So that is very good looking. Now let's take a look at these possibilities on the shorter time frame to see whether they are indeed complete or not. This is again suggesting that it is. Let me see, did I have some count up? Yeah, there we go. Here we would have again this as an ABC. The C did get to the 0.618, I think, which was the minimum requirement for the wave C. Yeah. So again, 3-way move completes here. Then we can look at another start for a downward push. And at this point again we have 5 waves here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1, 2, then 5 waves here, 3, 4 and 5. At this point again, this is completed, this count, and we do have that divergence on higher time frame at least. On smaller time frame we don't have it. So yeah, other scenario is still this, that we're looking for that wave 4 as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Both of these are still in the air. However, on the US stock market indices we have had this most likely or more likely complete, and this structure has already retraced. The whole structure started around here. Well, on Ethereum's case it was the 2000 area, and retraced almost to the 0.618. I think it has now 0.5 retraced on the US stock market indices, making it more likely that this whole structure is done here on other on cryptos and as well and other assets. So if we are at least following the same scenario, so that would be done. Now let's take a look at this structure over here. What can that mean, or what do we have in there? The bearish scenario is saying that we have a W, X and Y. Within this W we have an ABC zigzag. Within this W we have an ABC zigzag, so a double zigzag into wave W of micro. Then we have 3-way structures here into wave X of micro. We do get that 0.618 extension on, minimum extension of this W wave for this wave Y, so that is fine. Then we would have this as an A, B and C. Just a normal zigzag, 5 waves in here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 I think, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then at this point again we would have to label this as a W or A, and then look for higher prices. At this moment I would look this as 3 waves, and then, well, looking for some kind of dump down here a bit. At the moment it looks more like it's going to be a very shallow correction. So I don't expect us to get a B wave here. So instead this whole structure would be a W, X and Y, if indeed this is part of the same structure. But yeah, we'll see. This can, I guess we could be interpreting this as a 5-wave structure as well, but wave 4 here has taken so much time that it does not really make sense, at least in that sense. Yeah, that's pretty much the bearish scenario. Then the bullish scenario, we have a couple of different options. Overall, let's look at the yellow candle here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the wave 5, completing this structure. Let's take a look at the green count here as an A, B, and C into an A1, then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Two scenarios, both are suggesting that we can have a wave 1 or an A wave here. So it doesn't really matter. What looks better to me is this yellow count for sure. So we'll roll with that for now. Something like this. And then again, wave 5 would be here. Let me color it again to the normal color. And then again, that same ABC down here, or WXY, whichever you want to call it, into wave 2 or wave B. Now it is not possible, or it is still possible to say that we have this as a first leg of that wave 2 or wave B, second and third. We have not retraced the 1.618 yet. Again, we are really close to it, but we have not invalidated the idea of this being a larger correction of something like this to connect this first leg to this one then. Okay, so that is still in the air. But for now, we can still look at this as a possibility of 3 waves, and now looking for a partner leg for this first leg in here. Now, minimum retrace or extension has been reached, the 0.618, around the $1, $2, $3, $4. And the 1-to-1 extension is a bit higher at $1.354. So that is the main target again for this ABC at least. Is it possible to be really bullish about this? Well, the 1.618 extension at which I would like to see the wave 3 at least is around $1,547. And yeah, at the moment we would need to get a very nice, we would need this to be a 5-way move, then wave 2, 3, 4 and 5 most likely. Something like that. Is that possible? Yeah, it is. However, it is kind of hard to label these as there are some overlaps again. I think we would have to call this as wave 1, 2. This is too small to be a wave 3, so we would have to call this a 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, at this point again, we would have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would become as a 3. Then this would be a 4, and this would be the 5. Again, this would be the scuffed wave 4 or wave 5-way structure that we talked about earlier, and this would be a 1, 2, and 3. So then we would be looking for wave 4 to get into the previous wave 4 area to get us that last leg here for wave 5, and then we can get that dump down for this to be a 1, 2. Hopefully that makes sense. At least that is my preference at the very moment. We'll see how it turns out if we want to be looking this as a very bullish idea. Of course, getting the wave C here, I would be looking this as less bullishly if I can find a way. But again, I would be focusing more on the fib targets here as of now. Now the 1-to-1 extension does have some resistance here as well, where we can get stuck into. If we are going to go past it, we are most likely getting right into this area of 1.382 and 1.236 extension. Again, we do have a structural resistance here as well around that area. So yeah, that is pretty good as well. Not too much volume on there compared to the structure that we are running at the moment, just because we have been using more time in here as well. So my primary is still downwards, as with the other indices. We can get some kind of pump here, a small pump if indeed we have completed the structure here. if this is done. Not that one, this one. And then we could be looking to retrace this move a bit and even possibly higher. But yeah, that is my preference at the moment, or my bias. If you have other views or accounts you would like to share, there's a link to my Discord server in the description below. Also, if you would like me to update a certain other asset, let me know in the comments below. For now, I thank you for watching and I hope to see you on the next video as well. Bye bye.